Hey everybody, welcome to the Desert Cottage Garden Tour for October 2020. So I wasn't sure I was going to have very much to show you, but it's been unseasonably warm. So we still have bees, even though those hummingbirds took off. We still have blooms. So I just thought I'd go ahead and give you a tour. Our tree is doing well. We've got some good leaves on it. It seems to be recovering from being chewed on. I think it might make it through the winter. We've got clover coming up in the grass. Desert willow tree is still hanging in there. We can see all the seed pods are changing from the bright green to the really cool purple to ready to let go for this season. Our roses have gotten taller. This one bloomed briefly, and now we've got a bud on here. Yeah, there's a bud there. This rose of back here has a bud on it too, and it's getting taller. Everything's staying nice and healthy. Sorry about my shadow, guys. These Russian sage did really well this year. The bees have been very happy. At the beginning of the season, I was worried because they didn't show up, but they're definitely doing well now. Down here, this rose is doing really well. Our Leland cypress are looking good. So let's go on down the steps here, down the driveway, and take a peek at the rest of it. This rose I deadheaded, and it's looking real good, and it's got some new buds on it. Also, I've gotten hay down around all the trees, plants, put in a new plant here. Let's see, we need to go a different angle because you're just going to get my shadow. Hang on. Go back up and go a different route. We'll start a different way. Here we go. The grasses are looking really good. So is everything else. It's nice and healthy. We have not had rain in a few weeks. Next week we have a possibility of rain, and it's supposed to cool off as well. Planted a couple of new things. Here's a pampas grass and another pampas grass right there. They'll make a nice screen when the leaves come off of the desert willow, adding some interest, a little bit of green, and a little bit of privacy as well. Rose over here is looking really good. Take a look at our rose here. Isn't that pretty? Down here, we'll come on down here. I plan on adding a few more grasses down here at the bottom, and then eventually a fence, but for now we're going to put some grasses. Down here, this thyme has finally grown. It's been in there 2 years, and it was really little, but this year is looking really good, and I'll be able to clip a little bit of it soon. This rosemary's doing really well, and it's been blooming. Some pretty little blooms on there. The honeybees like the rosemary as well. I've got hay around the little miniature spruce, and I'm hoping that it will help them. They do look a little better. Russian sage got big down here too. And this rosemary is doing really well as the thyme down here. Some good thyme growing there. And this huge rock we're going to be moving pretty soon because the rosemary is taking over. Alright, so now let's go take a peek at the side yard. Our latest endeavor. We lost one plant, which is unlike me. But that's the way it goes. Oh, there's my head again, my shadow. The pampas grass is looking good. Got another desert willow tree coming in here, so I'm going to leave it alone. And the Russian sage is looking really good. And this nice little desert plant that I can never remember the name of, it's really spiky, it's doing really well. It won't take much more establishing before I don't have to do much with it anymore. Lost this plant that I could never remember the name of. Somebody will be replacing that soon. I have about 3 or 4 weeds in here that need to be pulled out, but that's pretty good for that area. Alright, let's go back on around again. Let's see, I'm going to turn on around. We're going to see my shadow one more time. Sorry, guys. There you go. Plum trees are still looking good. Got a little bit of a wildflower growing there. Aren't they pretty? Bright orange. This is that miniature lilac. You see it here? I do think I'll be taking that out and replacing it with a grass. But that's okay. It's all looking really good. So, next week it's supposed to get cold. We'll see. But I will probably have to start pulling in things like fountains and starting to prep. I actually I'm sad this year to prep for winter. Really enjoying these last couple of weeks. They've been lovely. And I hate to bring things in. That's the way it goes. Alright guys, so there's the desert cottage garden for October 2020. It's been a year, hasn't it? But things have grown nicely. We've had some beautiful things to look at, enjoy, and appreciate. The bees are super healthy right here. So many things to be grateful for. Alright guys, have a great day. Talk to you soon.